It's the little things. There's a story behind that. This is your daily message from Chad number 967 to upgrade your mental game today by telling yourself a better story. Because the most important story you hear is the story you tell yourself. This message is dedicated to one of my favorite veterans, Josh Hostel. Here's the upgrade. Your brain dismisses minor details, but upgraded thinking knows small consistency can combat chaos. Here's the story. Colonel David Hackworth said, "At age 10, I knew my destiny. Nothing would be better than to be a soldier." At the age of 14, Colonel Hackworth lied about his age and enlisted in the Merchant Marine. At 15, he joined the Army. He spent almost 26 years in the Army, more than 7 of them in combat theaters. He won a battlefield commission in Korea and became the Korean War's youngest Army captain. Colonel Hackworth spent more than half a century on the country's hottest battlefields, first as a soldier and then as a writer and war correspondent. He earned 8 Purple Hearts and more than 70 U.S. or foreign valor awards. In 1969, he took command of the demoralized 4th Battalion, 39th Infantry Unit in Vietnam. Upon assuming command, he noted the soldiers' complete lack of discipline. What was the first thing he noted? They didn't shave. The soldiers' unkempt, unshaven appearance was an indicator to Hackworth of broader decline that was contributing to unnecessary casualties and ineffectiveness. Hackworth emphasized that small lapses in discipline, such as not shaving or maintaining proper gear, were the seeds of defeat, and worked to reverse this by enforcing basic regulations, ultimately transforming the battalion into one of the most effective units in the war. This is detailed in his memoir, Steal My Soldiers' Hearts. The hopeless to hardcore transformation of the U.S. Army 4th Battalion, 39th Infantry, Vietnam, and Steel is spelled S-T-E-E-L. Now, Jamie prefers me with scruff, so I never shave. I'm not starting a shaving campaign with this message. The point is, the battle between order and chaos starts with the little things. Small acts of discipline and responsibility can combat chaos and build momentum for larger improvements. There is always simple, immediate action that anyone can take to start organizing their immediate environment, which reflects and influences one's internal state. Have you ever heard of the broken window theory? It was a law enforcement tactic of fixing little problems, like broken windows in a neighborhood, that correlated to a downturn in larger crimes. Small acts of order are not trivial, but foundational seeds that influence larger outcomes. The better story to tell yourself is, little by little, I am either moving forward or falling back. I think sometimes we should sweat the small stuff, especially when a crisis strikes. Motivation towards smaller disciplines can be neglected. Schedules get disrupted, routines are shuffled, so we can easily stop little anchoring habits. Spiritual disciplines get put on the shelf. Physical habits lapse. When we get sick, jump-starting our normal routine can be a challenge. The seeds of defeat are sown, as Hackworth describes it. Make it a rule that the worse you feel, the more committed you will be to the little things. Tell me a story of small disciplines to fromchadsmith@gmail.com. Send someone a text and ask them, have you ever heard of the broken window theory? You can download my book, The Most Powerful Story in the World, by going to fromchad.gumroad.com. The transcript of this message and hundreds of others are always available at www.fromchad.com.